Hi friends!
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Dual Wellness with Max,
Camille.
my mom, her son, 22 years old.
How old am I?
56?
56.
Was that a genuine question? Were you asking me?
It was a test.
Oh, okay. Alright, yes, 56. This is a YouTube channel where we discuss mental health, physical health topics, how we relate to them, some advice we have for them, if we do have advice for them.
Our experiences.
Our experiences with them, anything along those lines. So if you have any suggestions for any new topics, leave them down in the comments. Please like, subscribe, anything like that. Any interaction with our channel boosts us. It's all about the algorithm. So anything helps.
It's not only about the algorithm. I would really like the... Well, it is.
In terms of getting boosted, in terms of popularity, we appreciate the interaction no matter what. But it's all about
I would like to, the more people we can get out to, the better conversations we can have.
Absolutely.
The better, stuff like that. More people we might be helping people.
I'm in this for the money.
Oh man. All right.
Anyways,
okay. So today's subject is, it's analysis paralysis. All right. The reason why we are...
it sounds like a 80s punk song or 70s punk song. Analysis paralysis.
Oh my gosh, that's true. That's true. Anyways, analysis paralysis. What is it? What it is it's when you have an idea in your head that you want to do something. Say for example, I'll tell you what my idea of analysis paralysis is and how it affected me. Is that I get an idea in my head that I want to lose weight.
Okay.
I want to lose weight. So I kind of know what I want to do, but maybe there's something new out there. Maybe there's something I haven't thought of. And so I start looking into it. And as wonderful as the internet is, it's also a curse in that it gives you back so much information. So that's what happens is you get all of this information back on whatever you're looking for, whatever you're looking into, and you end up having all of this information and being overwhelmed with it, and in the end you end up doing nothing because you analyze, overthink, is this the best? Is Weight Watchers the best? Like right now, and a good example is right now, because it's getting towards the end of the year, I am getting bombarded on Instagram and Facebook and everything else, YouTube, everything else, with advertisements for the new Weight Watchers plan, because they have a new Weight Watchers plan coming out with this thing and that new, this, that, everything else. And I'm not looking to change my diet or anything, but because of certain things that I follow, that's what I'm getting bombarded with. And it is it's too much information. And you can't focus.
Yeah.
You can't focus, you can't decide, you overthink. What if I go with Weight Watchers and keto is better? What if I go with keto and this is better? That you overthink.
Absolutely.
And you paralyze yourself. How does it affect you?
No, it's the same thing. I feel like I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier on the body image episode, where I was talking about how when you're looking into dirty bulking or clean bulking or something like that, and there's just so much info you don't really know what to do. There's in terms of when you go to the gym, there's all these different forms of there's hypertrophy, which is training for muscle growth. It's the swollen look, right?
Oh,
and that's
okay.
hypertrophy. Is hypertrophy, hypertrophy, however you say it. You know what I'm saying. And there's that, or there's strength training, or there's endurance training, or there's athletic training.
Should you do cardio? Yeah. Should you do
cardio before or after the exercise?
Yes.
Should I take a cold shower after my exercise before? Or hot showers ruining my pump and decreasing the amount of gains I'm getting and everything like that.
And the more you look into it, the more
then
information you get.
I messed everything up. I'm getting zero gains. I'm failing so much that it's so overwhelming, and I'm doing everything wrong that I might as well just not try because
throw your hands up in the air.
these guys have it so optimized, I'll like never get to their level, and I honestly don't want to, because that's so much info that this isn't even what I like want. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel. As I see people.
Do you find yourself overthinking things? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
like when you make a choice. Say, for example, you make a choice. Okay, I'm gonna do my lifting first and then do my cardio. Do you find yourself thinking about it and going, is this really the right decision to make? Should I be doing that?
So definitely what happened when I was first going to the gym is I would mix up my routine way too much and mix up
try to cover all the bases.
Yes, and like I would mix up, like I'd say, okay, so today I'm gonna do like skull crushers or whatever, and then next week on the same day I'm going to do a different tricep exercise that does this, and then the next week on this day I'm going to do a different tricep exercise, and I have a 3-week routine that I rotate, but there's going to be all these different things. And what that ended up doing is like I didn't get any progressive overload in there, which is like the most important thing, because it was so hard for me to keep track of like my weights and exercises and food and like energy amount in relation to last week's exercise.
Right.
So it would be like, unless I was counting my calories perfectly, and unless I was keeping perfect track of how much weight, reps, movements I was doing, and everything for every specific exercise, like I could not continuously increase that weight and feel a sense of progression.
Right.
There was no sense of progression. It was just like chaos. So like what I've been doing.
I think chaos is a good word. Chaos. That's what happens when.
Yeah. There's no pattern.
Chaos happens. So. First it's chaos, and then it's analysis paralysis. First the chaos leads to.
You have to make an order out of the chaos. You're looking at this giant messy thing,
trying
and then you
cover all your
make
bases.
A pattern out of it. You
Yeah.
select this, and this, and then you just stick to that.
Is that how you
can.
now?
So what I started doing is I've stuck to a very simple 6-day-a-week at the gym routine. Do the same exercises and go up 5 to 10 pounds or up 2 reps a week to 2 weeks.
Yep.
If I can't do it that week, I just do it next week, and I make sure I'm eating the same amount, if not more, food to increase, my energy levels. And try to do it around the same times, because a lot of it is dependent upon your energy levels too.
Right.
Like when you work out and what you've eaten for that day and what you ate right before you worked out seriously affects like how many reps and how much weight you can handle.
Well, so. I think that's what. So I was thinking about it this week when we decided on what the subject was going to be, and I was thinking about it and how I've been in that state so many times in my life, so many times. And what I finally figured out is, and what it sounds like what you're doing is similar, is first of all, you put the brakes on the information gathering.
Yeah.
No more. I know I have enough information right now to make an educated decision on something. So no more. And then you do 1 or 2 things.
Yep.
That's it. 1 or 2 things. You decide on 1 or 2 things that you can focus on, create a habit out of, and then go from there. So, say for instance,
keep it very simple.
Very simple.
Simple.
Yes. For instance, if it's weight loss, okay, you want to do weight loss, and you're like, so this is what I used to do. Okay, so I'm going to cut out sugar. I'm gluten-free already, so I'm going to cut out sugar. I'm going to cut out gluten. Let's see, probably should really cut out dairy. I'm going to cut out dairy. I'm going to exercise 6 to 7 days a week. I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? So I had like this whole list.
Yep.
And the first time, so I would do it maybe 1, 2, 3 days. The first time I stopped doing it, I was like, psh, because it was just too much. Whereas if I had, and what I did was I said, you know what I can do, and you know what I can get solid? I can get my walking solid.
Yeah.
I can do my 4 miles a day solid. I do that probably, I do it 6 out of 7 days.
Yep.
Everything I do it Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday I work at Wolfgang's restaurant where I work, and I get in close to 20,000 steps, and I'm not doing any more walking besides that. So, anyways, focusing on, if you make the choice to, I can't do everything right now. You know what I can do? I can focus on my hydration.
Yep.
I can focus on my hydration. If I get my hydration down pat, not drinking a gallon of water. I mean, if you want to drink a gallon of water, drink a gallon of water. I don't care. Everything. But, am I drinking enough?
Yeah.
Getting that down pat. Getting that solid. And then adding another thing to it. It's what Max and I keep preaching is your foundations. That's what it is. That's what stops you from getting the information overload.
Because if you're building a building and you have 30 different blocks to start with, 30 different brick types or structure, like wood types or something, it's very hard. So then you pick one type of wood.
Then it's going to be your foundation, and then you add to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very, and if you look at like great people throughout history who have done ridiculous things with their minds or bodies or anything like that, they've like min-maxed is a term.
Min-maxed?
Min-maxed is a term I use, where they minimize everything else in their life so they can maximize this one thing.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, they make everything. That's like what monks do and stuff, right? Like, I'm going to shave my head. I am going to like get rid of my earthly possessions. I'm going to get rid of my like job, except for like a few chores. I'm going to eat once a day. I'm going to minimize everything in my life so I can focus all of my energy on sitting here and like exploring this form of consciousness, I guess.
Yeah.
That is what they do. It's like, again, I always use it as an example, but like Bruce Lee, like his whole thing where it's like, I fear the man that did one kick 100,000 times or whatever. You do the one kick 100,000 times. You don't do 100,000 kicks one time. You do one kick 100,000 times.
Master.
Yes, you get.
And that's
you minimize everything else you're doing until you get so good at bicep curls, like tricep pull downs, whatever, 5 exercises. Then you add on to that, and then you change the routine once you have hit the weight that you want to get to with those things, or once you have hit the level of knowledge on a certain topic that you have.
So
it's very simple. It's very hard to get. It is difficult to get started, but once you do get started, I do personally think it's something that anybody can master. Anything.
Well, it is, and I think that when you said it's very simple, I think that what you meant was it's more simple to master one thing than it is to
master everything,
or not even master, to try to peanut butter smear 97 different things. I mean, it's the type of, it's the, back when I used to smoke, it was I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to start a jogging routine. I'm going to, I'm going to take care of my sleeping issues. I'm going to, holy crap. I didn't do any of those things. I had maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I was like, never mind.
Yeah, because human beings have a finite amount of energy for each day, and mental processing burns like a massive amount of energy. Like, you literally are using energy and calories. I'm sure everybody's experienced the feeling of their brain like stretching. I've experienced. Have you never experienced that?
Yes, I have, but it's a gross. I mean, I'm a visual person, so I picture that.
Right. But it's true, like, I'm sure people have had those moments where they're sitting there and they study or something for like 3 hours and their brain like literally hurts.
Oh,
and it's like, and
I've had that.
You have to stop after a while. You're burning all of your energy for doing on contemplating. You're burning all of your ability to actually just go and do one thing on thinking of all the ways to do it.
Of all the different ways. Yes,
If you decide, I'm going to go to the gym and start working out, and you just do that instead of like mulling over 100 different ways to do it, you will get better and you will form a routine for the things you enjoy at the gym way faster than if you try to do it all before you even go. So just try it first. You'll get better over time. Everybody sucks at everything the first time they do it, except for like
but keep
Pablo
it
Picasso.
Small. Keep it. No, I think Pablo Picasso probably sucked too.
Yeah, he just did it a lot. That's exactly.
Exactly.
Everybody just does stuff a lot, and that's how they get good at it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Do one thing a lot, and you will get good at it.
Yep.
Like.
So that's our message. That's our message this week.
Yeah.
Is don't get tricked by analysis paralysis. Don't get tricked by all the information. You're gonna get bombarded with all of this different information for the next holidays coming up. Everything else. Don't get overwhelmed with all this stuff. Call a halt to it. Focus on one or two things. Master those. Add to it. Yeah. If you can say you are a master in doing these two things. I have my walking down pat, and I have my
diet.
Your what?
And your diet.
My diet down pat. Then okay. Now let's add to it. Let's add to it. Much easier.
The reason you see amazing athletes is because it's like they did it since they were a child, and they've just
they added to it. Yeah. Yes. Yep. I agree.
Over time. So I want to end it with my Netflix theory. It's the same thing with when you go on Netflix, there's so many hundreds of thousands of options. Even if it's a movie you love, now you hate that movie and you don't want to watch it because there's so many options. Your brain literally shuts down. So next time you go on Netflix, the first movie you see you feel like watching, watch it. Just watch it, because you're not going to find one that's better, and you're going to get overwhelmed, and you're just going to close the app. And you're not going to end up watching anything. You're going to spend 2 hours scrolling.
Looking. Yes. Yeah.
That is going to happen.
That is a good theory. Same thing. Yeah. Same thing.
Just put it on. Just do it.
All right. Okay. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Make it, put a comment. Had a couple of comments last week.
You can do all the things, because that includes dislike, negative comment, unsubscribe. That's all the things, Mom.
Well.
Report. Flag.
Don't report. That's not very nice. Okay. Anyways. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye, friends. Have a great week.
Bye.